Hey everybody, welcome back to Chapter 9. Today we're going to talk about Section 9-9, which is adding mixed numbers. Couple simple things to remember. As we talked about in class, we want to basically do two halves of a problem. We want to add our fractions first, and then our whole numbers. So what I did here is I split a line down the middle to remind myself I'm going to add everything on this side together, and then I'm going to add everything on this side together. So first, let me start with my fraction side. 2/7 plus 3/7. Pretty simple. I add my numerators. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And as always, my denominator stays the same. So my fraction side adds up to a total of 5/7. Then I move to my whole number side. Remember, whole numbers when we write mixed numbers are always larger than the fraction. So in this case, I have 3 plus 4 for a sum of 7. And it's actually that simple. Well, maybe not quite. This one was easy because I finished my adding with a proper fraction. But what happens when I finish my adding and I have an improper fraction? Let me do an example of that. So we'll put the problem 3 4/5 plus 3 3/5. So again, same idea. I'm going to do my fraction side, and I'm going to do my whole number side. So, fraction side first, 4 plus my other numerator of 3 gets me a new numerator of 7, and my denominator stays as a 5. Now notice, I came up with an improper fraction of 7/5. Remember, an improper fraction has a numerator that's greater than the denominator. I'll deal with that in a second, but let me finish my whole number side for now. In this case, 3 plus 3 is 6. So now I have a total sum of 6 and 7/5. I can't leave my answer like that. I need to turn it into a mixed number that has a whole number, but also a proper fraction. I could go about doing this one of two ways. First, I can break 7/5 up, or decompose 7/5 into one whole, which is 5/5, plus another 2/5. So all I did was take 7/5 and decompose or break it up into 5/5 plus 2/5. The reason I chose these numbers as opposed to 3 and 4 or 6 and 1 is because 5/5 equals one whole. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my 5/5 and move it to my whole number side. So I had 6 wholes. I added one more whole with my 5/5 for a total of 7 wholes. So again, 3 plus 3 was 6. When I decomposed 7/5, I broke it apart so that I had one whole, and I simply moved that whole to my whole number side. 6 plus this whole gave me a total of 7. And then look what I'm left with. Just simply 2/5, which gets moved to my final sum. So I changed the mixed number 6 and 7/5 into a mixed number 7 and 2/5 so that I end up with a proper fraction. Now, if you're not comfortable doing the decomposing or breaking apart, again, as always, you could draw your pictures. Get a figure, cut it into 5 equal pieces, and we need to color in 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's my 5/5, just as I did here. And since I need to color in 7, I need to color in 2 more, 6, 7. So here's my 1 whole that I added on, and then my 2/5 for my fraction. Not too bad. Let me do one more example real quickly so that you can see, again, how to change your improper fractions into proper ones. So we'll start with the problem 4 2/5 plus 3 4/5. So again, I'm going to start with my fraction side. Add my numerators. 2 plus 4 gives me a total of 6. My denominator stays the same as a 5. Add my whole number column. 4 plus 3 is 7. My adding is all finished. I'm correct, but I have a mixed number that contains an improper fraction. So I need to fix that. I'm going to choose the decomposing way. I'm going to decompose 6/5 so that I have 1 whole and a fraction left over. So since my denominator is 5, I know that my whole needs to be 5/5. Plus, 5 plus what will get me 6? It has to be the fraction 1/5. Then what I simply do is take that 5/5 and move it to my whole number side. 7 plus this whole will give me a final whole number of 8, and I move my 1/5 down. So my final answer with a proper fraction is 8 1/5. Again, you can always draw yourself the picture. In this case, I happen to choose 5 again. Color in 6/5. So there's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. I need to draw another figure, cut it into 5 equal pieces, and there's my 6/5. Again, here's the whole that I would have added on here, plus the 1/5 that I came up with here. Either way is acceptable. Whatever way you feel comfortable with is the way I'd recommend you doing for right now. Thanks for watching.